Namaste, brothers and sisters. This is Jen. How's it all going out there? You know, this is like what you call a spontaneous live video, and I guess that's how it works with spirit. You know, you're sitting there, you're chilling out on your sofa on about 9 o'clock on a you know, timeless evening in eternity, and all of a sudden they're like, you gotta go make a live video, and then I was like, it makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense to make this live video, because I really want that, like, you know, the guidance that comes through the cards and the guidance that comes through, you know, these videos really helps me on my journey. And so I was like, it's time to make another video. So it's all good, and yeah, so good to be with you all, brothers and sisters. So anyway, guys, we're just coming together. We're speaking about the event. We're speaking about the collective event. We're speaking about the personal event, realising that us who are watching this video, it is our responsibility to really, you know, allow ourselves, give ourselves permission to activate those codes of that metamorphosis of our own consciousness. And that is every single thing that I do and talk about is that journey of how does one do that. And for myself, it was realising that the narrative of my mind, however like seductive and alluring it was, that would never ever give me the salvation that I was begging God for. That realisation that I would never find it through the faculty of that you know, narrative is when I personally experienced that liberation. And it was that falling into emptiness, a willingness to fall into the gap, a willingness. Anyway, so we're shuffling the cards and we're gonna bring through a divine message for the collective, for all of us. And I'm very excited that we're doing this now. But we're really going to be bringing in information about the event. The event. You gotta laugh. Just wanted to share about the retreat, and the retreat was really was the deep, like it actually truly was the deepest experience of my life. Like up there with giving birth to my son and my spiritual awakening, I swear to God, it was the true Trinity. And I know and I believe that union with my twin will be the fourth and the final, probably. Wow, that's so deep. But it was so unbelievably significant for me personally, and for all of us. Like the perfection of the 12 goddesses and myself, and the container of healing that was created in this land, of like the Magdalene codes of absolute, pure and utter, like that place where your soul song is sung back to you. And that is what we created. We created a container where we were all called into the centre, and basically we were each personally and individually stroked and sang our soul song back to each other individually in a group. And it was the most profound primal healing that I personally believe every single person alive on this earth at this time requires, that depth of unconditional love and safety and stroking by his or her brothers and sisters, in order for us to really truly anchor heaven on earth. And that is why it was so powerful for me, is because it was a true and absolute container of heaven on earth. And yeah, Spirit really wanted me to share that with you all. So thanks guys for, like, you know, yeah, and I'm really like, I'm in such a deep healing gateway right now as I show up, quite vulnerable really, that is the truth, because the place where I'm actually coming from, you know. But somehow, even though I'm in this kind of, you know, clearing and upgrading process due to this work that has just been complete for the whole entire collective consciousness, like a brand new template was placed of healing, of pure, beautiful healing. And I know you can all feel it, brothers and sisters, because it was so important and it was so deep. And the sisters that were there, I believe now, are the priestesses and the ambassadors of this work. Because I believe this is the work. And this is God's work. This is the work that if God was here on the earth, this is what God would do, and this is what the tribes do. And that is what we're meant to do. We're meant to come together and hold each other and sing to each other and love each other at a very, very deep primal level. And it's time, and we did it. We did it. It's so amazing. And yeah, I come through now in this, and I am a very, have a lot of emotions that are there. But despite that, I feel that, you know, it's important that I show up and deliver this message for all of us. Because we're going to bring through a message now, brothers and sisters, for the divine collective consciousness, for what is actually going on, what is the message that Spirit wants to bring through now, you know, with these energies of the event, and with the whole masculine and feminine, you know, very, very significant wave of divine masculine and feminines that are, you know, it's all happening, and we all know it's happening. Big, massive things are going on. So I'm going to move the camera. So brothers and sisters, we're going to shuffle the cards now. So I invite you, whoever's watching this is for all of us. We're going to use these cards to bring through a message for the collective consciousness. We're working with the same cards that I always work with every single week. Apart from this week, we're actually going to be working with the Art of Love Tarot, which is a beautiful deck. Such a beautiful deck. So everybody now who's watching this, just let's just pour our love and our light language codes, and just let's just bring through a message that's going to really assist all of us that are drawn to this message. You know, and the first card, so this time we're going to pull 3 cards initially, 1 for the divine feminine, 1 for the divine masculine, and 1 for the energies of the event. And this time we are using the Psychic Tarot by John Holland. Let us see. Whoa. Ooh, that's a very strong card for the divine feminine. Oh my golly. Emotional loss. Whew. Take a look at that, sisters. Whew. Oh, there's a lot been going on about that recently, and I believe that what's been going on is that this is such an important clearing gateway that it has been absolutely necessary for us to have gone to our deepest, most darkest places in order to start cleaning and getting those brushes, you know, they have to be faced so that they can be cleared. And I think for a lot of us, the energies are so intense. They are so intense at the moment. And so we are having to deal with this. So, oh my golly, sisters, give yourself the biggest hug ever. Right now, give yourself the biggest hug ever. Life on this dimension is very, very, can be very, very isolating for the divine feminine, with particularly with a sleeping divine masculine, or you know, and one who hasn't fully awoken yet. So there's going to be, you know, we're going to be talking about ways that this can be ultimately transcended. So that's come out quite early on in the readings. That's really beautiful, and we'll come back to that divine feminine. So let's see what has come out for the divine masculine. Oh, we've got a very good card. We've got power. Ooh, number 8. Very good card. Ooh. So there's big things going on. I feel like that. I feel like, oh my God, you know what I reckon? Whoa, wouldn't this be amazing? Like, each twin flame pair actually has their own kind of like spaceship thing, and like half the spaceship is for the divine feminine and half the spaceship is for the divine masculine, and at each point on their awakening journey, like a lot of the ship's energy and attention goes to one particular side, and it really assists with that side to awaken. And then once that side is awakened, it's like all the forces on the ship go to the other side to assist the divine masculine to awaken, because the divine masculine's got to awaken to come up to the same level as the divine feminine. And I think, like on an intuitive level, a lot of us divine feminine have been sensing that like, you know, spirit has been working on the divine masculine, and we've just kind of like been, you know, we've collectively we've reached a very, very good place of spiritual self-mastery, so much so that it was safe for us to really, really face and embrace our deepest core wounds for many of us during these particular 2-week gateway. You know, do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean, don't ya? But for the divine masculine, what's been going on is there is this energy of awakening. Like for me, power, that card, in that context, the energy of that card speaks to me of, you know, awakening. It truly, truly does. So we'll take that as a very, very positive thing, that there's like the ship, like many, you know, all the energies of the ship are like focused on the divine masculine right now. Not all of them, obviously, but a lot of the team are going, right, you know, he needs to get up to spec with the old divine DF. It's got to balance out, y'all. It's got to balance out. Right, what about for the event? Okay, so the card for the event is wisdom. Ooh la la. Wisdom. Wow, that says a lot, doesn't it? That speaks a lot. Wisdom. Right, you know, the big wave is coming, y'all. The big wave is coming. We all know the big wave's coming. Everyone knows the big wave's coming. We know the big wave's coming. The big wave's coming. So it hasn't quite like arrived right now at this time. Where are we? 21:34 UK time. You know, it hasn't quite hit. The mass wave hasn't hit our shores. So at that time, you know, during this time, because it is coming, we all know that. So for those of us who have, like, if you don't feel like you haven't absolutely, completely and utterly experienced that metamorphosis, like, that is your priority right now, because that is the event. That is the event. And the big event is when everyone realises that, and it's the best party ever, isn't it? Best party ever. 1 million butterflies, 1 billion butterflies, 7 billion butterflies, 1 trillion, however many butterflies. That's the collective ascension. That's what's happening. But, you know, the wayshowers are the ones that have done it. We're like, we've experienced that. We remember that we are multidimensional avatar beings, you know, awakened, like, and our consciousness is operating concurrently, and all of this power is activated through divine choice in every single moment. It's an active choice. It's an active choice. Enlightenment is an active choice. And so when you realise enlightenment is an active choice, from my own personal experience, that is when the caterpillar metamorphoses into a butterfly. If you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. Do you know what I mean? Okay, we'll pull another... Oh, get one of these. These look... Oh, I love these cards. These are the Art of Love. Okay, right. So this one's basically saying, it's like, we are it. You are the event. I am the event. You are the event. The collective event is imminent. So everyone needs to be ready. Wayshowers need to be like in their positions. In their positions. You know, that's what it's all about. Oh, Helen. Hi, Helen. Boom shakalaka. Did you just join, Helen? Just saw Helen joined. Anyway, so yeah, that's the message, guys. So we are the ones that are watching this. Yeah, we are the awakened butterflies. We are awakened humanity, and that is our job. That is our responsibility. That is the event. The big, massive event is coming. The more of us who have that, and that is the ascension of the consciousness. Is from the light, you know, because we all come here identifying with the fact that we are this limited 3D caterpillar self. Everyone does. Everyone does. But we're not. We're like, you know, we're God. We're God. We're God in like, you know, in this particular form. Call it human form. Call it, well, actually the truth of it now is, what is it? It's, oh God, humoluminous. Is that it? Humoluminous. Can't say it. Humanoluminous. We're going into the realms of humanoluminous. Oh God. Anyway, shall I read some comments? Hello, lovely. Okay. My wings have dried and I'm ready to fly. Yes, Denise. Denise she's ready to go. That's what I like to hear, sister. That's what I like to hear. Oh my God. Do you get what? It's so easy. But that's why, like, I will always say over and over and over and over and over and over again, it's all simply a choice. It's all simply a choice. Everything. Everything. Choosing to not identify with that 3D narrative, blah, 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 blah. BS blah blah. So yeah. So yeah, just a little message out, like if you're actually watching this live, you could like click on a link and you can come and watch this on my page, and then I'll get your comments, and it's really nice to join the actual, you know, like where you can talk to me, because I like to go through the comments. So the next card we're going to pull now is for the Divine Feminine. God bless us, the Divine Feminine. So, like, you know, here we are in the realms of emotional loss. Okay, so, okay, we acknowledge that. We acknowledge that we've gone to the absolute depths of our, like, you know, deepest, for many of us, not all of us, from some people it's been absolutely super, super flying, of course. It has to be like that in ways where some of us are anchoring the really, really, really like smooth waters, and that enables that wave of like, you know, next level cleaning and clearing out. So it's all absolutely beautiful. Yeah, it's all absolutely beautiful. But for many, there has been a very deep, deep cleaning for the Divine Feminine. So let's see what the next card that wants to come out for the Divine Feminine. Oh, that's so beautiful. Wow, that is the Ace of Angels. Oh my gosh, the Ace of Angels, guys. That nearly makes me cry. That actually does make me cry. The Ace of Angels. That says so much to me, you know. Oh my God. It's the Ace of Angels. It's the Ace of, I mean, what more could you want? God saying, what more could you want? I think I channel my nan. What more could you want? What more could you want? Ace of Angels, what more could you want than that, Divine Feminine? What does that say to you? That says so much to me. That's kind of beyond words. Isn't it beyond words? Oh God. Oh, Candy. Hi, Candy. Oh, I hope you're still here, Candy. I love you. Known Candy since I was so young. How old was I when I met you? I was about, how old? 16. Known Candy since I was 16. Right, so that's very deep. Like, we all, like, for myself, that's just basically saying, you know, that this knowing that you have in your heart of who you are and the world that you came here to live in. Like, this is the absolute truth, and you have angels that are guarding over that knowing. And these angels are guarding over your heart. And they can only be guarding over your heart and its knowing. And so this is a very important message of trust to the Divine Feminine, to trust the knowing of the heart, because the angels are guarding over the sacred chambers of your heart. That is the message of this card. It is a very, very, very high and holy card for the Divine Feminine, and for all, of course. God bless. For all of us, this is amazing. This is why I had to do it, because it's really powerful, you know, it's really helpful. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay, so the Divine Feminine is clearly being really, really looked after. She is. Oh. Now, next card for the Divine Masculine. Oh, that is a very, very good card for the Divine Masculine. No. Wow. Oh my God. Like, how, with that card, how amazing is that? Like, with the power and the sun. So, like, obviously there's like big, massive Christ, solar, light, language, codes, downloads. It's all going off for the Divine Masculine. Like, it really, really is. According to these cards, like, look at it. It's sun. It's activation. It's self. It's no more bullshit. It's like the event. Freaking hell, the freaking event's happening, brothers. Get with the program. You gotta get with the program. Isn't it? That's the message. Get with the program there, and Spirit's like, we've got to get them with the program, so we're going to send the sun energy. That's what's going on, and that's what's going on. And it's back to that amazing analogy that maybe the whole reality of being a twin is that you share this spaceship, and like, you know, the masculine and feminine, and that those two parts of that one that have split, and their ultimate awakening process, and how they eventually come back to union, you know. And at some point, a lot of the energy of the spaceship is working on one particular side and has been working on the Divine Feminine side. A lot of the Divine Feminines, look, everyone doing super duper 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 amazingly well. We all know that. We all know that. Amazing angels of light, pure. Oh my golly gosh, the sisters that came to my, oh my gosh, like I can't even think about, like, the gathering of sisters that came to this retreat that happened in Avalon was the most highest and most purest gathering of souls that I've ever been experienced, and we will all know that. And yeah. So there is massive healings and upgrades going on for all of us at the moment. It's all to do with the energy of the event, isn't it? I mean, the sun, I mean, what more, you know, that's it. It's the energy, it's the event. So it's coming, and it's coming into the Divine Masculine, and those that are on this ascension path with the feminines that are, you know, really, really on it, they're getting a lot of help from the spaceship, the side of their spaceship, because now the feminine, because the spaceship is thinking, well, the feminine, you know you're a self-master now. You go out there and you spark everyone else up. You remind everyone else that they're actually just butterflies, and that everyone's an actual butterfly, and no one's less of a butterfly than anyone else, and even there isn't even a moth. No, everyone's an exactly beautiful butterfly. There's absolutely no difference to any single one of us. We are all God's children, every single one of us, perfectly, absolutely, divinely, exquisitely beautiful butterflies. Or we could be caterpillars. God loves us equally if we're caterpillars. No difference to God. God loves everything and everyone. But God's very happy when, you know, when that caterpillar does its metamorphosis and transforms into the knowing that it's a multidimensional, awakened avatar being who is ruled absolutely and fully and completely from the heart. So, that's that for that. Thank you, Great Spirit, for bringing through these messages for all of us. I really, really appreciate this. And that is such a healing card. And then we're now going to pull a card for the collective with regards to the cosmic wave, the collective wave, the large wave that we know has already occurred. We know, of course, because time doesn't actually exist, and we know that even, you know, that, yeah, time actually doesn't exist, so it hasn't already happened, of course. It's the knowing that the whole 3D collective consciousness has attuned to that now. And what is the message with regards to this collective awakening? Wow, oh, that is, wow, I love that card. Oh, I love that. It's like we're working on the wayshowers, guys. We're working on the wayshowers. We've got to get them. We've got to get them metamorphosed. They've got to do it. They've got to do it. They've got to have done it, because everyone's about to do it, and they're going to need so much. Well, like, then it's not even that they're going to need help. Once you do the metamorphosis, it's just you're going to need playmates. Ultimately, you're going to need playmates, and that's what it's all about. So this is just, for me, the message of this card is speaking of the necessity for the light workers that particularly are drawn to this, to really, really make sure that they are, you know, in their ascended state of consciousness, and get to a place where that is absolutely, completely and utterly unflinching in that, and stable in that. And know that this is the most important work that every single soul that is on this earth, that is the most important and necessary work for us to do, is to be stable. But we all know that. We all know that. We all know that. So it's like all of us light workers, we need to be really, really ready to step up and be seen. And it has been hard. And I don't often talk about blue rays and this, that and the other, but for a lot of us that are blue rays, who are particularly attracted to this level of conversation, there's been a great, great reluctance and, you know, lack of willingness to step forward in any sort of public way with one's wisdom, you know. Like, it took me forever. It took me forever. I was like 41 or 42, and I'd had my awakening when I was 21. 20 years I avoided it. I was like, I don't want to be seen. I don't want to be seen. I just want to be invisible. I want to be invisible. I just, thank you, God. I choose invisibility. Do you know what I mean? But God was like, excuse me, we had other plans. We had other plans that we had agreed to. And I secretly suspected that. I secretly suspected that. And yeah. So this is what it's all about. It's about all of us coming to that place of absolute knowing that we are innocent. But I guess within the third dimensional realm, one's innocence will not be granted to you ever. So therefore, it must be claimed by you. You have to claim your innocence, and I had to claim mine, because nobody gave it to me. I waited, and I looked, and I looked, and I waited, and I looked, and I looked. Nope, it wasn't coming. They were all saying the opposite thing, until I realised, holy bejesus, I needed to claim it. My innocence. My original innocence, thank you very much. And it was my choice. And that's why it's all so simple. All of this metamorphosis is all so simple. It's a simple choice. No one's going to give it to you because you're too powerful for that. You have to claim it. I had to claim it. Do you know what I mean? Do you actually know what I mean? Do you actually know what I mean? Okay. It's all good, guys, isn't it? we're getting good vibes. So light workers, wayshowers, it's time to step up. Whatever it was that you were afraid to do, this is, you know, it's time for you to just put down your kind of like humble hats and like offer it to the violet flame, because you are the wisdom carriers and the wisdom keepers. And you know, and we are, it makes me cry actually, I can't even say it, but we are the native ones in all our different skin colours, you know. I am a native one, we all are. Oh, don't get me started, don't get me started, like, oh. Faith, hi Faith. Yeah. So, lovely reading, thank you, giving thanks. So it's time for the wayshows to step up in order to assist with the bringing in of the collective light. That is the message of the cards. The next card that we are pulling now is for the Divine Feminine. This is getting very interesting. Patience and planning. Patience and planning, thank you very much. Patience and planning. Okay, I think what this is saying is that it actually does come back to this metaphor that Spirit has given us all this evening with regards to this truth that true twins share a higher self that could be a bit like this spaceship analogy, where there is a full, like, massive, amazing team that is supporting each individual twin to come into like full spiritual awakening on an individual level in that life, in order to ultimately come back into union on the physical plane. And that is definitely happening. And I believe that this card is simply a verification of this, that this is what is occurring within the Divine Masculine, that there is a particular order of events that is needed to be taking place within your Divine Masculine, our Divine Masculine, whoever's drawn to this as the Divine Feminine, that is requiring an adjustment, an energetic adjustment from one basically dimensional frequency, the old 3D, to 5D, isn't it? So we've got to have patience with the Divine Masculine, that they're in the transition from 3D to 5D. That's the message I get. So the message is, again, it is very important for us as the Divine Feminine to step forward as the leaders, as the way-showers, as the ones who have remembered. And also, to me, this speaks of the necessity for us as the Divine Feminine to, you know, always use the power of our imagination, to be attuned to timelines where we are directly experiencing whatever it is that you've come here to experience. You are experiencing it in your imagination. That is the power of the imagination, and that is how we draw it into our reality. So that is what the energy of this card speaks to me about that. So I'd like to put another card, a clarifying card for the Divine Feminine about that. And that is the Two of Air. Oh my gosh. Whoa, that's very interesting. Two of Air. Whoa. Whoa. Two of Air. God, that is like, that, you know what? I don't often get thrown. What is that saying after all that? What is it actually saying? Patience and planning and Two of Air. I've got to bring one more card that's going to definitely bring those two cards together. Oh, the Alchemist. Wow. Oh, I love that. There's a very, very deep alchemy going on now for the Divine Feminine. And this is what we were speaking about earlier. For a lot of us, there's been a lot of deep healing. And that's so important that we, you know, meet with our Divine Masculine healed as we possibly can. As healed as we possibly can. Namaste, Alex Pierre. Known Alex since I was about 12. Round of applause. Anyway, so Alchemist, yes, big things going on for the Divine Feminine, and amazing. So when you do meet your shadow, this is when the opportunity, or when you meet your shadow and you get under your shadow and you love your shadow and you stroke your shadow's forehead, and this is the exact place where the alchemy of the soul takes place. In that love and in that unconditional love, and that is full self-mastery, which is what we as human souls have signed up for. So this is basically saying this is a very, very important period of self-mastery for the Divine Feminine, for all of us, because it's all happening. This wave is anchoring. It's basically saying to all of us, it's anchoring, so we need to be stable, isn't it, brothers and sisters? That's true, Jenny. Thank you, Alex. Thank you very much. So, right, King of the Stars. So big alchemy going on. Period, beautiful period of empowerment for the Divine Feminine. And that's what I think that amazing card that we pulled earlier, I think that is totally what that is about. And now I'm just going to pull one of these cards for the Divine Masculine and see what comes out and bring it all together. Oh, I kind of love that card in a way. Like that card, there's no like messing about with that card, is there? That's for the Divine Masculine, brothers and sisters. What does that mean to you? Like, they're being worked on, aren't they? It's a time that something's going on for them. They're being upgraded. They're being upgraded. They're being upgraded, aren't they? Who would agree that the Divine Masculine is currently being upgraded? Because I would, and I think that card confirms that. Like that they're being worked on. Look, and it's all gold. Oh my God, it's really true. Something's going on. They're really, they're getting up to like something. I mean, I personally have heard big things about solstice this year. Like, you know, the 20th of June solstice for the Twin Flame collective. My guys have showed me big number of unions by that gateway. Like that's going to be like a culmination of a big wave of unions, and I saw it. I can see it. I see that timeline. So it's coming. It has to come. Of course, we signed up for it. We signed up for it, but that's it. You know, just have to remember that your ego will always chat. Complete and utter S-H-I-T. Shall I say it again? Your ego will always chat S-H-I-T. Oh, we've got Premadima in the house. I love Premadima. Round of applause for Premadima. This is what's going on. This is what's going on, brothers and sisters. Massive things going on. So in this card, I see that the Divine Masculine is 1,000,000% receiving an upgrade, particularly in the dream time, particularly in this place of, like, this is confirming what we spoke earlier about. There is a transition going on. Like this wave, who knows? Does anyone know? We don't know. When is this? Could be now. Is it happening? Has it started outside? Maybe someone's watching it and it's just starting. You know what I mean, guys? Like, but whatever it is, like it's here, and we've all got to be ready. We've got to be ready. There's a mass population here that are going to need a lot of help. We all know that, don't we? So us lot here, who are with the 5D program, We are the ones that are going to be necessary for our brothers and sisters to like throw the 5D parties. That's what it's all about. 5D is a massive party. It's a love party. It's a crying party. It's a laughter party. But it's just a pure love party. But it is a party. 5D. It's a love party. It's a true party. It's a gathering. In my humble opinion, that is 5D. And so these brothers are getting prepared for 5D consciousness. That's what's going on. That's the whole thing about the event. That's the whole thing about twin souls, twin flames. That's what's going on. The brothers are being prepared. How divine. Okay, right. So we're going to pull now a card for the collective for the event. What is the card for the event? How long has this been going on for? I bet it's been going on for ages. Oh my God! I actually got chills. It says transformation. Oh my God! I got chills. Oh. Amazing. This event has already started. Who knew that? Who knows that? You all know that, don't you? Everyone here knows that, don't they? It started. It's not going to come like... It's got to obviously come in some sort of like wave kind of motion, and it is. And the massive one might be tomorrow, might be happening right now, might be happening in 20 years, might be happening in 1 month, might be happening in 500 years. God only knows, but we know we know it's already happened, and it's happening in the multidimensional time of now, and therefore it can happen in any moment on the third dimension. And I personally feel, because I feel that it's very close because of my own personal relationship with the whole event thing, and the fact that I didn't know anything about this. There's meant to be an event apart from this Wave X. Everyone was like, oh, this Wave X in September 2015, and it was very powerful. 2000, like, you know, Wave X 2015, but like nothing happened on the collective level. Like, it was amazing for me. It was like I upgraded massively at that time, but there wasn't like this massive wave didn't come. So I had no idea that there was any idea of a cosmic event until my guides said it to me. They were like, Jen, we have to tell you, and you deep down you really, really do know this, but very soon there's going to be an event. And they showed me that all of God's children are going to wake up. Like, there's going to be like a mass awakening. And everyone's going to realise that we're all one. And like that, and the bliss of that, knowing that we're all one, and everyone's going to realise it at the same time. And they were like, it's actually going to be that there's going to be an event. And I literally didn't know anything about an event, and I was like, okay, guys, that's a really strong message. And then that day, I made a video, and I made the video, and all this a crazy light show started happening. The minute I said about the event, bearing in mind I had no idea about this event thing even existed, I say the event, and all these lights start flashing in my room, and then my face disappears. And I'm in there having a conversation with a ball of light as I'm speaking about the event. And I'm like, oh, there might be something to this. So, anyway, yeah, it's something going on. We know that. We all know that. Look, we know this, man. We know this. Transformation, that's what's going on. So the transformation of the divine consciousness is going on, and this is, look at that amazing card that's come, brothers and sisters. Spiritual union. Fifth dimensional spiritual union. That is what we are talking about here. You see that? Fifth dimensional spiritual union. That's a 5D choice. In the ultimate sense, it's a 5D choice. And it is occurring right now. in this moment, and it is your duty and it is our duty to attune to that knowing of that vibration of spiritual union. And this is so important, like, you know, the whole point about the wave is like, it's just love, like God is love, and like, you know, this card is green, and it's green is hot, is the heart, and it's just pure love. Like the wave is love. So love is something that's in our hearts, isn't it, brothers and sisters? So you know what I mean. So it's really important that we are anchored in the vibration of the heart to assist in the anchoring of the energies of the collective event. That's what it's saying. It's saying that it's so beautiful now, beloveds, that we're having this conversation, you know, sort of about the event and how these energies all come together. I think it's pretty cool. Ooh la la. So that's that. And where's the other one? Oh, that's so beautiful. Pulled that card as well. That's amazing. Look at that. I love that card. That says harmony. So we've got spiritual union and we've got harmony. So what does that mean, guys? What does that mean, beloveds, to you? Spiritual union and harmony. It means that it's here. That is the fifth dimensional template, and that is the energy of the wave. It's just absolute love, pure love. And you know, for me, this is like our divine beloveds are being prepared. Our teams, let's acknowledge our teams. They did a great job in getting us awakened, didn't they? Mine did. Flipping hell, mine are phenomenal. Oh my God, look at all the Jesus, and the synchronicities. My God, like, think about it. The team that has been working with you is a team that's like really working with your beloved now, getting them to that place of awakening. That is what's going on, to get them with the program, get them with the I am a butterfly program. I am a butterfly, I am a butterfly. Do you know what I mean, bruvs? You was a butterfly, you was a butterfly. So yeah, that's the message. It's all about love. Everything's all about love. So beautiful. So, really powerful cards. I love those cards. Okay, and pull one of these cards now for bring it all together. This is the card to bring it all together. Oh, wow. This one's the 10 of Stars. Whoa, that's so beautiful. Okay, it says hoarding. 10 of Stars. Wow, that to me, that's just like the grounding and the earthing in of the union. You know, the 10 of Stars, the Kundalini, powerful Kundalini energy. That's what's going on right now. Giving so many thanks for all of these messages. I'd love a reading today, thank you. So anyway, that's I don't know, that's kind of pretty much basically it. We'll have one more beautiful, amazing card from which one? This one. Oh yeah, we'll have another one from John Holland. I'm really enjoying John Holland there. I've got a really strong connection with these cards at the moment. It's so good. And this is one to bring all of this together now. Like, this has been such an amazing message, that the message is that the divine masculine of the twin flame pairs are being worked on by the higher self to really get them spiritually awake, so that they can also be there by their divine counterparts' side at the time of the collective awakening, which could happen tomorrow, could happen next week, could happen in a month, could happen in 6 months. We just don't know. Could happen in 25 years. We just don't know. We don't know. So they have a very important job, and I really believe that this card is saying to trust. We need to trust in this process. The transformation is taking place. the transformation is taking place, isn't it, brothers and sisters? You know, the Divine Feminine has been through her full-on journey of massive, massive metamorphosis now, and in this time she has found the higher self, that she has a very, very powerful angelic team that live inside her heart, and you know, are always forever singing her soul song back to her. And you know that, and it is that which enables her wings to unfurl. And so she's done it. The Divine Feminine, she's done it. Cheers to that. The Divine Feminine's done it. She's done the metamorphosis. She's done the ascension. The realization that she is a multidimensional avatar being, and her consciousness is existing on multidimensional realms, parallel, concurrent realms of consciousness. That's what it's all about. I'm not this limited 3D being. I'm not. So it's all a choice, isn't it? Whether you believe the bullshit that you know, that you've all been fed, or you know, or choose not to. That's it. So very beautiful, and massive things going on. Big gateway, talking about in the sun, when the sun is full at the time of the summer solstice in June. It's a massive gateway for many of a particular wave of twins that they are not, they're a mixture of all the waves, first, second, third waves of twins will be uniting in this gateway. This is a massive gateway, ascension gateway, the solstice gateway, you know, where the sun is full, the divine masculine energy is full, and all the work has been done. The work has been done. All that work that's been going on in this time of the winter months and whatever, you know, that work in the ships has been done. And the time of the solstice, there's a massive wave of it's a gateway. It's a cosmic gateway, definitely of spiritual union, without a shadow of a doubt. This is the message, and it is looked over by the angels. Yeah, so that's it, brothers and sisters. That's the message for all of us. It's so beautiful. I'm so happy that we got to share this. And yeah, God, what more can I say? If anyone's got any questions or anything they'd like to share, that's it. That is the message. So, like, thank you so much for being here, for sharing in this message for all of us. That, yeah, it's really beautiful, and I trust deeply. I trust, and I personally get so much strength from this knowing and from this analogy that, like, that we share this ship, like it's a real life ship, and things are going down in that ship. I love that. That really helps me, and I really hope it helps all of us to know that there's an amazing, intelligent force that's working with us on this thing that we call ascension, this thing that we call twin flame union. It's working with us, you know, to getting us to that place of the ascension, of the, you know, of the metamorphosis. Sorry about that noise, it was so terrible. Oh my golly. Yeah, so that's a really beautiful message for all of us. And thank you so much for being here, brothers and sisters. May we all just remember that, yeah, it's just so easy. Ultimately, everything's so easy. Oh. Shall I read some? I'm just going to read some messages because I haven't actually read any messages. That message is absolutely perfect. Beautiful truth. Thank you, Jim McCarthy. So much gratitude for you, love. What is that? Thanks to everyone here. Thank you. Candy's still here. Yeah. Always perfect timing. Jen, Primadeema's here. Love it. Thank you. Sorry, because they're people that I know from when I was like really young, and it's exciting when I see people when I know from. Thank you, Jen. You love you. Thanks so much, beautiful sister. Oh, so beautiful. Excellent. That's really cool. Thank you all. Lovely, beautiful messages. I'm personally feeling very, very inspired. So I guess now in closing, it's very important for us to hold that knowing about timelines. What are timelines? What do timelines mean to you? Timelines mean to me that it's simply a choice. Where do I choose to place my attention? And I can, as a multidimensional being, I personally can choose to place my attention on any multiple dimensional realm of consciousness. 4th dimension, 5th dimension, 6th dimension, 7th dimension, 8th elfin dimension. Any, like, I am a multidimensional being. So how on earth do I get to these dimensions other than the fact that I choose to go there? So that I do. Oh. So yeah, it's all going on. Oh, so exciting to just. Sorry guys, I get distracted because don't send me like private messages. I get a little bit distracted. So, because I've got like so many people from all over my life that don't even have a clue that I make videos, that here I am bringing through these messages for all of us, bringing through these messages for me. Like, you know, I get so much out of them for myself. It keeps me going, I must say. So I felt it was time for all of us. So bless you all for coming, and yeah, it's all beautiful brothers and sisters, and there's big massive things going on for the 4-4. Haven't even let anyone know about that, but the 4-4 transmission is primarily going to be focused on working with the energy of the Divine Masculine and really assisting the Divine Masculine consciousness with some very, very important codes that Spirit is asking for us to be the conduits to send these codes to the Divine Masculine. It's pretty much all going to be about focusing on the Divine Masculine. It's the 4-4, and I'm very, very deeply honoured and very excited. Very excited to be sharing this work with so many of you, and I will send out the link to book onto that, and it will be absolutely amazing for as many of you as possible to please come. I mean, I'm sure you will all somehow. So yeah, that's what's happening, and also my event in London. You know, whoever watches this, my event in London is going to be on the Friday the 13th. My first ever gig, like, not gig, well, it's a spiritual gig. My first ever spiritual gig. I just created a thing called a spiritual gig. I think there are things called spiritual gig, but anyway, I've got it, and it's in Camden Town. So anyway, if anyone wants to come, please come to that. Come and meet me. If you're watching these videos and you live in London, what better thing is there to do on Friday the 13th other than come to Camden Town and watch this, you know, and it's going to be an amazing ceremony. Going to create the most amazing, exquisite, like sacred geometry ceremony. So I really invite you to come. Like, if you're in London and you watch this video, Om Namah Shivaya. Just saw that we have Katie in the building. Namaste, namaste. Ha ha ha. Yeah, so that's all going on. Got to let you all know that's what what's going on, don't I? And that's it. And then it's going to be the 5-5, and that's it. I'm going to hopefully have a break till the solstice. Yeah, so 4-4-5-5 transmissions, very important work for the helping with the anchoring of the Earth grid, of the new Earth grid. So feel very confident that I will see many of you on that sacred journey. So yeah, has anyone got anything they'd like to say, or any new people that have arrived? Delphines, hi Delphine. Oh God, please stop around. Oh, okay. Oh, who else? Thank you. Perfect, beautiful. Yeah, so that was the message. It's such an empowering, you know, it's really the whole thing about, it's time for us, isn't it? It's like no waiting, I'm not waiting for some event. Like who on earth, a butterfly is not sitting there waiting. The butterfly is already in the fifth dimension. The fifth dimension already exists in the absolute perfect, complete and utter time of now. And the butterflies, you know, there's no waiting when you're in that consciousness, because it's already happened. So the whole thing is that very soon everyone's going to join the party. It's amazing. It's so amazing. Like, where's the flipping trumpets? Everyone's going to join the party, the 5D party, the metamorphosis party. That's what it's all about. So, how does one get there? Ultimately through choosing just to be empty, choosing to, for myself, what worked for me was my practice of resting as awareness for short moments and just stopping thinking whenever I remember to do so. And now for me, whatever I'm thinking, like if I remember to stop thinking, I will prioritise that. That is my master practice. And that is the practice of liberation. And it's so simple that the mind, you know, rejects it. My mind rejected it. The human mind rejects it in most cases, until, you know, you've got to get to your knees and go, oh, I tried everything else, and then you go, oh, I'll try that, and then you're like, oh, it was that. Oh, flip it out. That was the most simplest thing ever. Well, why? How come no one gets it? And they're like, well, it's too simple. It's too simple. That's why God's laughing. Everyone's laughing because it's so simple. Oh. But when you have that as a practice, what is assured is victory and success for all of us. And that is my direct experience. Because when you let go of this prioritising what the mind speaks over, you know, and being empty in the moment, and prioritising resting your awareness as that, you open up to a field of like super consciousness and amazing miracles and infinite possibilities that your mind had absolutely no access to. And that is the, you know, the true essence of victory and success. So, yeah, it's really, really beautiful. Could go on for ages, but the whole thing is, I make these long YouTube videos and I put them out and they're just a bit too long, but I guess people don't really mind looking at them, do they? They don't mind. Has anyone got anything to say? Would you like to, you know, I would like to say I love you with all my heart. Oh, Adema, I love you with all my heart too. And we have always known that since the very first moment. I shall declare with Premadima. Oh my God. We as Goddess will party on dance. Will this be on YouTube? Yes, this will be on YouTube. I will put this on YouTube. Yes. This is a message for all of us. This is a message for the collective. This is very, very deep. This, you know, this time is very, very deep for me. As I shared at the beginning of the video, I'm in a very next level healing chamber. I personally feel like I have upgraded already. I've already had an upgrade, but I seem to have gone back in another chamber and I'm receiving further work by my high self, it would seem right now. There really, really is a lot going on, a lot of integration. And I think for a lot of us, there are some that are very easily riding the wave, which is of course absolutely necessary. And there are others that are going through quite a lot of symptoms. I myself personally have had quite a lot of symptoms, and I've had a lot of burning at the base of my neck, and very, very intense and worst, a lot of stuff going on. I can't remember, there's another place, but you know, big energies coming. It's almost like the light is wanting to integrate with the physical vessel. Like, but why can't it just integrate? Why all these symptoms? I mean, God, But maybe, I don't know, anyway, maybe sometimes we're clearing it for the collective, and maybe sometimes we have to say, oh, I don't want to clear it for the collective, I'm done. And maybe that's what I need to say, you know, because I feel like I'm surely at that point where I don't need to evolve through pain. And so it's probably about time that I had a little chat with my higher self and said, thank you very much for the experience. It's been you know, it's been very, very, very interesting. But from this moment on, this is no longer serving me or my highest good. And I choose now from this moment to evolve in absolute, pure and complete joy. Aho, I am that I am. And may this knowing in this moment overwrite all previous templates. This is in alignment with you. Giving thanks, brothers and sisters, victory and success is assured for us, particularly in this solar gateway. The angels have a very important message for the Divine Collective, that this particular solar gateway is to do with the Divine Masculine consciousness on a collective level coming into awakening. This is what's going on. It is so beautiful, and it really, really, really is about time. So at this time it is about patience for the Divine Feminine. And that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. And you know, it's kind of like, do you trust the universe, Divine Feminine? Do you trust the universe, Divine Masculine? Answer that question, as I will answer that question when I listen back to this. Do you trust the universe? So many twins that I speak to, or that I attract into my reality, I haven't really met many that really do trust the universe. And I know for an absolute fact that I've definitely had major, major issues with being a control freak. That is, you know, I love it. I love that part of my shadow. How do I book the 13th? Katie Jean. Oh, Try Yoga. Try Yoga, thank you. I'll put a link to Try Yoga. You can book it. It's going to be an amazing event in London. Timelines past and present. Yeah, we can just tune into any timeline, whatever we want. Whatever we want, brothers and sisters. So tune into that timeline of union. That's what it's all about now in this gateway. That's the message. It's your choice that you tune into that vibration of knowing that you are in union, you are dancing, you are spinning with your unicorns by your side. So beautiful. With the rose quartz just there. The rose quartz just there. You know, this is our birthright. This is our birthright, brothers and sisters. So, that's it. I feel like if there's any messages, that's the final message of the cards. And yes, we do trust the universe. Yes. Thank you, Denise. So yeah, let's make a declaration. I trust the universe. We trust the universe. We trust the universe. Oh, it's so good to have you all, and we've got lots of new people. So let's make a link to the new group. We've created an amazing gathering of super, super, super high vibing brothers and sisters that are gathering, and we're taking responsibility for the knowing that there is going to be this cosmic collective awakening, and it is our responsibility to work together and bring in and activate and actually be the new earth codes. Like, that group is all about being the new earth codes. it's so beautiful. And you know, and it's been a really interesting journey how that all came into creation. And for myself, there's just like, you know, as the creator of that group, just knowing that, like, ultimately the holding this deepest sense of, you know, keeping it pure and immaculate vibrationally, and there's absolutely no other choice for it to be of anything other than that for this group. And that is because it is genuinely a heaven on earth space, and how we are all working together as a team to to really deeply support the gathering of souls that are gathering. You know, it is absolutely just so beautiful for all of us. So whoever's listening to this, I'll put the link in this video for you to come and join this group. It feels so amazing. And on that note, I think, brothers and sisters, I'm going to go. It's getting pretty late, and I love you all so much. Thank you for coming. Thank you for showing up. Yeah, it's been amazing just to be in your presence. I feel so much love from all of you. Thank you. Oh, it's just powerful to just gather. Like, giving thanks for this technology, giving thanks that we can use it to gather in our hearts, and it can connect us to all these souls that we really love, and sending it out to all these beautiful sisters that I shared this experience with in Avalon. 12 sisters, you know, so deeply in my heart. Just giving thanks to everyone. We are the Earth Angels. We are the Earth Angels. We're the Earth Angel crew, signing up for duty in full remembrance. That's what's happening. You know, we've got to start getting the infrastructure for this 5D party. That's our job. You know, there's going to be a big awakening happening soon, brothers and sisters, but we all know that. It could be tomorrow. Om Namah Shivaya. Dear ones, we would like to take this opportunity to invite you to please come forward for the extremely important transmission that is taking place on the 4th of April 2018, the 4-4 Gateway Portal, and will be led by our beloved channel Matahari-ji. In this transmission, we will be working specifically with the Divine Masculine Consciousness to assist them to receive all of the deep love, help and support that is required at this time, to enable the collective Divine Masculine Consciousness to reach the same level that the Divine Feminine Collective Awakened Consciousness has reached. We urge you to come forward and be part of this powerful transmission, whereby you will be given an important exercise to do afterwards and in the upcoming weeks and months, which will deeply and profoundly bring exquisite levels of transformation into the lives of all the Divine Masculines around you, in your communities and in your vicinities. Dearest ones, the 4-4 transmission is the final transmission before the huge 5-5 portal ceremony, which will witness the full anchoring of the 5th dimensional fairy tale template, Gaia's original template, back into Gaia's electromagnetic grid. Our group has been gathering since the 2233 and now the 4-4, and this particular sequence of transmissions will culminate on the 5-5 portal transmission ceremony. In the 4-4 transmission, we will also be communicating directly to the energy of the huge ascension wave, now named Divine Grace. We will be singing humanity's soul song to the wave, reminding all of our galactic family that we as awakened humanity are ready for the next stage in our personal and collective evolution. This transmission is available on a donation basis, and so if you feel called and that you would like to be part of this potent Terra Nova Galactic Starseed tribe, please use the link below to sign up and book your place on this most wondrous ceremony transmission. Dear ones, it is essential our galactic brethren have a grounded crew on the earth plane to ensure that these high-level intel procedures take place swiftly and proficiently. Dearest ones, we have much to share with you as ever, but for now we shall leave it at this. We very, very much look forward to welcoming you on the 4/4 transmission. Please know that these portal dates hold their potency due to an agreement that has been made on a superconsciousness level by the entire human and galactic population. On days such as these, please know that a large gathering of souls is needed to assist in the harnessing of the photonic light particles that peak on portal dates such as this. We very, very much look forward to gathering with you again. Namaste, Matahari-ji, and the White Wolf Tribe.